To present the IFTA Lifetime Achievement Award to her friend and co-star, please welcome one of Ireland's greatest living artists, Maria Doyle Kennedy.
That was a tiny bit of an enormous compliment for me, but I'll take it. It is an honour and an absolute privilege to be here this evening to help to pay tribute to one of Ireland's most beloved actors, Ciarán Hinds, as he receives the Irish Academy Award for his lifetime of achievement. Ciarán has had an amazing career over 50 years. He's worked with many of the giants in film, from Spielberg to Scorsese, from Kenneth Branagh to Catherine Bigelow, but he remains fiercely committed to Irish productions, an acknowledgement of the talent and storytelling and his own deep connection to our community. Many of you in the room will have had the opportunity to work alongside with him. I was lucky enough to do so myself a few times. We were married, he cheated on me. We were childhood friends, and then most recently he threatened to kill me. And he's a really good actor. I was a small bit nervous. However, mostly what I learned from the experience was just enormous gratitude and huge admiration for your presence in the work, Ciarán. It's one of the best things I think you could say about an actor, that they're truly there for the other people that they're working with. And despite all his many, many awards, from IFTAs to BAFTAs to Golden Globes to Oscars, what seems to matter most to Ciarán is to share the scene and the day and the job with the cast and the crew that are around him. He's a wonderful actor and a genuinely sound person. I'd actually put good money on it that you wouldn't find one person with a bad word to say about him. His work has moved and challenged us and remains with us long after the credits have rolled. And before we invite the man himself to the stage, let's have a look at the work.
Ciarán Hinds, congratulations, my friend, on your Lifetime Achievement Award given to you by IFTA.
I'm so proud of you and so proud for you.
I'm so thrilled that tonight you are being honoured.
Many big hugs for this beautiful award you're receiving.
The great Ciarán Hinds has gone toe-to-toe with all the Hollywood greats and all the Irish legends in countless classic films and plays.
Congratulations, Ciarán, on this incredible award.
I'm wearing gold tonight to recognise and to honour a man who is golden through and through. Golden in his talent, of course, golden in his achievement, but much more than that, golden in his spirit and in his character and in his personality.
Not only are you a great actor of depth, intelligence, sensitivity, humour, but you are also a great soul.
It was an honour of a lifetime for me to play your son in Belfast, and I hope to share the screen again with you sooner rather than later.
The thing about Ciarán Hinds is that he has enormous empathy for all his characters.
Now listen, Squire. I know you're cringing inside at the attention being paid to you tonight, but too bad. You're one of our finest actors, and I'm so proud of you, not only for the performances you've given on screens, large and small, and in the theatre, but also of our 52 years of friendship.
I'm sure everyone's just telling you what a good actor you are, and I don't need to say it because you are. You're spectacular, and you make it look effortless.
You're lying.
Ciarán, you know how well loved you are by everyone who's ever worked with you. And of course, I include myself in that lucky group of people.
He is a true star. He's a modest one, but he is no less dazzling for that.
And more importantly than that, you're a good human.
Thank you, my friend, for sharing You're an incredible gift with all of us. We love you.
Thank you, Ciarán, for being a friend and a compatriot and a fellow actor all these years.
He's blooming sexy, which is annoying.
What a man.
He's funny, he's smart.
Unbelievably kind and sweet.
A beautiful man.
A wonderful, wonderful, great actor.
You're some man for one man, and we're all so proud of you.
Good night. Wait for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ciarán Hinds.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I have been remarkably lucky to work with so many brilliant, creative, talented people. Gracious, open-minded, warm-hearted people, both here at home and further afield, both on camera and off camera. First person I want to mention is a lovely man called Giles Havergal, who passed away recently. He was a kind of mentor to me. He gave me my first professional job. He was artistic director of the Glasgow Citizens Theatre for over 30 years. And he gave me the first professional job. I had done some auditions. I was terrible at them. I had no work. I lived in a hovel in North London. And one day, a telegram arrived out of the blue, and it went something like, for Ciarán Hinds from the Citizens Theatre, stop. Job offer, stop. Pantomime, Cinderella, stop. Ring this number, stop. So I rang the number, and they said, yes, indeed, we'd like to offer the job. Will you come up to Glasgow? What it neglected to say in the telegram was that I would be appearing as the back end of Albert the horse in the pantomime. 3 shows a day, 6 days a week, 6 weeks. Well, it's a start. Oh. I'd also like to say a belated thanks to Jim Sheridan, who gave me my very first job in Dublin all these years ago. Jim, I don't know if you remember, but I certainly do. And it was as random as most of my life really is. And I think I'd been passing through Dublin. I went to see my friend Liam in a play at the Project Arts Centre, which Jim was running at the time. And it was a great play. We went to have a few pints afterwards. And I skedaddled, and Liam was there. And apparently Jim, so Liam tells me, came over to him and said, who's your man? And Liam said, oh, that's my friend from Belfast, it's Ciarán. And Jim said, what does he do? Liam said, he's an actor. And Jim took a pause and went, is he any good? And a week later, I was working with Jim and his extraordinary company down at the Project Arts Centre. And that's as random as you get. And that led on to my first film job, I think, yes, and with John Borman. And I happened to be in town working with Jim and his wonderful company down there, and John Borman was scouting around for young Irish actors at the time, and we were quite naive. We weren't really into the film business then, and we all went up to meet John Borman, and I remember I met him, and we had a few cursory words, and then I have this memory, he then went, after a few words, he went, okay, go and stand in the corner and face the wall. And nobody had said that to me since primary school. And I had no idea what I'd said to him. So I went to the corner and I faced the wall. And then he said, right, turn around slowly. And as I turned around, I saw this man like this. And I had no idea what he was doing. And then he offered me a job. he offered me the job of Sir Lot, who was quickly dubbed Sir Not a Lot. Let me pass on a bit randomly, because my life has been pretty random. I was going to see a play in New York, and I heard a voice say, like, "Excuse me, sir." I turned around, and there was this New York cop, and he said, "I'm going to have to book you." And I said, "What?" He said, "I'm going to have to book you." I said, "Why?" And I said, "I'm going to have to book you for impersonating a Roman emperor." I went, "Well, that's pretty cool." And then I went, "Oh, fame at last." The counterpoint of that is about 2 years later, I was having a quiet pint, and there were some young women in a corner, and they were kind of looking over at me and having a look. And one of them came over to me and they said, "Excuse me, are you Ciarán Hinds?" And I went, "I am, yeah." And she said, "Wow, you're Eva Hinds' dad." So kind of, just to put it all in perspective. There's a couple of other people I just want to recognize. A man called Larry Dalzell, who was my very first agent. He was a lovely man, and he never told me what I should or shouldn't do. He let me explore, go my ways, and he just kept a wary eye on me. And also Simon Beresford, who's here tonight, who's my agent, who took over from Larry. And he's a dear friend. And I mean, theoretically, I suppose he represents me, but I think it's more like wrangling me, to be quite honest. I'm very glad my sisters are here tonight, Brona, Moya, Katrina, Patrick and Rory. We're a close-knit family. It's very important. My wonderful wife, Elaine, my darling daughter, Aoife, who are fantastic fun, I have to say, great company, and also they've been so good to me. They've been so good to me through life, sometimes when I've been in the wars and all that. So now I'm just going to finally say a quick thanks to just everybody in the world, I think. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say thanks to all the writers, you know, the screenwriters and the playwrights who write these wonderful stories without whom we're nothing. I want to thank the directors who've put their faith in me and guided me through choppy waters when things are difficult. And I want to thank the production designers, the costume designers with their amazing eye and their attention to detail and set the material up for us to be able to do our work. I'd like to thank the cinematographers who paint such fantastic pictures that we're part of. I'd like to thank the editors who make the whole thing happen and cut out all the bad bits. I'd like to thank the sound crews, the camera crews, who are so sensitive to us while we do our work, while they go about theirs. Hair and makeup teams who bring us joy in the morning and whip us into shape to make us presentable for the camera. Production team who give us such a warm welcome. The producers, God help them. I really salute them for the balls to try and get it all done. You know, it's extraordinary sometimes. And also, I like to pay homage to the assistant directors and the trainees and the costume assistants who, when we get dragged to work at an ungodly hour in the morning to somewhere in the back of beyond, and we get there and it's damp and raining and somebody shows us a trailer and somebody's been there before us and it's warm and costumes hanging up, and not along with the costumes there's little booties, you know, little hand warmers and gorgeous little dressing gown, and then there's a knock at the door and the rain's coming down. There's a fella with a mug of tea and a bacon roll. And you just go, this is the way to start the day. Look, we've been cared for, we've been nourished, and now we're ready to go to work. Extraordinary people. I've had a hell of a ride, and it does involve, because, you know, the tribe that we are, really, it takes all of us, every single one of us, to make it happen. And I'm very, very happy to be a part of that tribe. And I look around and see all these extraordinary talent before me, and the younger generation of actors coming up. Magic. I'm thrilled. I am so honoured, lifted by this award. So deeply honoured. Thank you, Maria. And Dora Mira Maria, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ciarán Hinds.